Hi to all Gunners all around the world. Hi to all football enthusiasts all around the world. You're welcome to another episode of the Arsenal Alchemy. And today I bring you good news, some kind of glad tidings. You know, um, of course, we just came on top in the North London Derby against Tottenham Hotspur at the Emirates, and we won with a narrow 2-1 win. It was a very mature kind of performance. It was, as soon as we took the lead right from a losing position, we came back, clawed back, and we took the lead. So our topic for today is the corner and resolute defending. That has saved us today. That has been the theme of our season so far. I'm also going to talk about the player ratings, my own player ratings. But the main thing is the theme of our season this season has been the corner kicks, the set piece, and very good defending. It's no wonder we are ahead in the whole of the league in both departments of the game. We have scored 12 goals from set plays this season, more than any other team. We have scored 10 goals from the corner flag this season, more than any other team. Also, we have the best defense in the league. We have the best defense in the league. And, I think in the past few weeks, we've been very hard on the team. But really, if you check our run of games, we haven't lost in a while in the league. I know we had some setbacks in the cup games, but in the league we have been very, very decent. We have been very decent. We have to put into account that the Premier League, the Premier League is a tough league. No matter how good you are, you'll be found out. We saw that with Manchester City this season. People kind of, studied the game and are better equipped to cope with them this season. That's why they've been flailing. They've come short this season. Liverpool have started to be found out as well. They haven't won, if I'm right, they haven't won in about 3 league games now. You know, so yeah, it was important. This game, I cannot emphasize how important this game was enough because after Liverpool dropped points yesterday, they dropped points to Nottingham Forest, whom were second briefly after the draw. Chelsea, whom were fourth, dropped points to Bournemouth at home. You know, in fact, they clawed their way back to that draw. They were in a losing position. Manchester City, of course, they drew as well. They drew to Brentford. Brentford, a very tough Brentford side. Don't forget that this same Brentford team, we won them 3-1. It's easy to put the blame, myself included. I have been probably a bit too hard on the team in the past couple of weeks. But I really do understand. While there's a clamor for the team to go into the transfer market and buy players, we have to look at the. There's a lot of factors to consider. One of those factors is your spending per how much you make, so you don't upset the FFP rules. So it's January, so it's not a very good transfer market because nobody's going to sell you their good players at this point. Every team in the world has something they're playing for. Some are fighting relegation, some are trying to make the top four, some are trying to win the league. It's so some need a large squad, so it's not something very easy to do. It's not like you're going to the grocery store and just picking anything you want at any time. You have to, there's a process. There's a process. The price has to be right. The the players' parent team has to agree, you know. Then you're gonna also, from the Arsenal point of view, we're gonna, anybody you're buying in such a rush, probably for a higher money, you're gonna pay that person is gonna be um that person is gonna be in the wages. The wages is gonna go up. You know, as much as football is for winning trophies and entertainment, it's also a business. You don't want to go into any business losing money, making a loss. So I understand from their point of view, and yeah, so it's not an easy thing, and I understand the club. Despite all this, they are doing everything they can to bring in someone, particularly a forward. So without wasting your time, let's quickly go to the player rating. We started the game, of course, with David Raya, who has been an ever present in our lineup for both the Cups and the league. So I gave him a 7. He didn't really do much wrong, He didn't really do much wrong. At the same time, he was quite unlucky for the goal we conceded, because it was a deflected goal. So I gave him a 7. Gabriel Megalis, I gave him an 8. I'm not even this guy. I'm not even saying this because he's an Arsenal player. This guy has been, to me, in my opinion, he's been the best centre back in the Premier League this season. He's been the best centre back in the Premier League this season, because we're talking about a player that does the business at both ends of the pitch. He prevents the goals from coming in as much as he can, and he scores those vital corner kick goals. I know his goal was later ruled as a non-goal, but the guy is, and he's been so consistent. So I gave him an 8. I gave him an 8 for his leadership qualities, his organization of the defense, and of course for his contribution to the goal. William Saliba, I gave him a 7. He did his work quietly. He was decent. He didn't put a foot wrong, so I gave him a 7. Now the next person is Miles Lewis Kelly. Look, this kid is, I don't even think I want to see Calafiori in the starting lineup no more. This boy is an epitome of calmness. He exudes a lot of class for his age. He's 17 or 18, I'm not very sure, but either one, he is super young, and he has been a revelation this season. I am okay with him playing there all season. He hasn't put a foot wrong still. And I gave him an 8 because, putting into consideration his age, he was so composed. He didn't put a foot wrong today. Imagine keeping Kulusevski so quiet. Kulusevski didn't have a sniff at the goal today because of this guy. So I gave him an 8. I think he was outstanding today. And yes, I think he's worth that rating. Urian Timber, I gave him a 7. Like Saliba, he did his job quietly. He was sometimes caught on the wrong foot by the left back of Tottenham, Spurs, whom is a very good player. You have to wonder why he hadn't even been starting. Thomas Partey got a 7. He did what Thomas Partey does. He did his job quite well. Spread the passes, won decisive tackles. You know, he linked up well with Odegaard. Declan Rice is another person I gave an 8. You know, the commentator said Declan Rice is the best crosser of the ball in the whole of Europe. And that is not even an exaggeration or anything. This guy is super consistent with his delivery from the corner flag. This guy is, and apart from that, his all round play today, he covered every blade of grass on the pitch today. He ran, made tackles, decisive tackles, cut off passes. He was imperial to me today. So he is one of the people I gave an 8, but he's not my man of the match. So Martin Odegaard, I gave him a 7. The reason why he would have been an 8 for the assist on the Leonardo Trossard goal, but I gave him a 7 because he could have scored a brace today very easily. If it was the Martin Odegaard of old, of last season, he would have scored those goals. Today, he was just, why are you in the box looking for someone to pass the ball to? When you're in the box, you should be looking goalward. You should be shooting towards goal. So there was this very, very bad miss he had. So that is why I gave him a 7. But all round, his game was good. He dictated the game. He spread the passes. Of course, he linked up with Leonardo Trossard for the goal. So he had a very decent game. Still below par for what we've known him to be. And so I gave him a 7. And the next person, whom is my man of the match, is Leandro Trossard. In the past weeks, I have been very hard on him. Well, in the past week, not because he's been really poor in the past week, but in this game, he turned up. He turned up for this game. He played really well. He took his goal well. People blame the keeper, but you have to look at the bounce just before the ball got to just before it got to the keeper. There was a slight bounce that took it off the gloves of the keeper. So I'm not really gonna blame the keeper that much because of that bounce, But apart from his goal, his all-round play was so good. He made a mockery of Pedro Porro in that left-hand side. He completely decimated Pedro Porro. At a point, we even thought Pedro Porro got injured from this wicked dribble he gave to him. And so, for Leandro Trossard, he's my man of the match for the goal and his all-round play. He was strong. He was decisive today. He spread passes. He switched play. He was unplayable today. So that's our man of the match. And I gave him an 8.5. The next person is Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz, as usual, he, as much as he worked hard, I'm still going to say he was the worst player on the pitch today. This guy can't even score no more. I understand, and I will never condone the insults he received online after the last 2 cup games we played. He was horrendous in those games, but threatening his wife, wishing her an abortion, wishing her a miscarriage, wishing her a miscarriage, I think that's going too far, Don't forget he's been our highest goal scorer this season. Don't forget the Ipswich game, he scored a lone goal we won with, and he's what we have now. What we can do is support this guy, and I was glad when the crowd started to sing his song, and I was glad for that, and that will make him feel wanted. But I gave him a 6 because he couldn't convert. Him and Raheem Sterling, whom is the next person I was going to rate. I gave both of them a 6 because they were really poor. They were really poor at. I don't know what's wrong with Raheem Sterling as well. But Raheem, the one thing we're sure of, Raheem Sterling and Odegaard is a bad idea. They both of them playing together is a very bad idea. But the good thing is we heard Ethan Waneri has started to train again. So that is a very, very welcome news. And I can't wait for him to come back so that he can take that right fullback. Um, Sterling has been blowing hot and cold. Today he was, to say the least, he caught a very frustrating figure in that right wing side. Um, he wasn't dangerous. He wasn't. He was predictable. The Spence guy pocketed him so easily. So I wasn't impressed with him. We had some substitutions. Zinchenko came in for Miles Kelly. Mikel Merino came in for Declan Rice. He did pretty okay. Carantini came in. I didn't really see much of him. Martinelli came in and he did okay. And yeah, that's for the player rating. You let me know what you think in um, the comment section, and yeah, we can talk about this if you feel um, there's anything wrong with my player rating. So back to the corners and Resolute defending. We know our strength is in both of these departments. That is the corner kicks, the set piece, then of course our defending. We defended against a very um, good Tottenham attack. They have been losing games, but they have been scoring. They are the second highest goal scorers behind Liverpool. So you have to give them some credit. Though they're defending, but today I thought they defended really good today. We just dig deep and to get the win. I thought they played good, and I think their midfield, especially with Bissouma, Bissouma was awful for them. And don't forget he lost possession. He lost possession of the ball, which eventually um, got us the second goal. But apart from that, I think they were good. They were okay. Um, but our defense made their attack look so ordinary. So that's why I'm giving a lot of credit to the defending. Then the corner kicks, um, the corner kicks came at a wonderful time. It came at a very good time to equalize, and I think, like I said, instead of rivals moaning about, oh, they are set piece FC, corner FC, they should try to adopt this system. I think it's a very effective system. If you can score from corner kicks and set plays, I think it's a very good advantage to add to your game. Instead of, I saw this podcaster OOP or something like that. He's a Chelsea fan, and he was like raving and talking about corner kicks. And I'm like, is it not part of the game? It is part of the game. Look, if we can score all our goals from corner kicks and set plays, I really don't mind. At this point of the game, we are in the business end of the season. Any way you can get your 3 points is fine. It's fine to me. I don't care about corner piece or no corner piece. We scored one from a corner piece and we scored one from open play. So that's a very good balance with a very good defending. So you let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think we're the corner FC? Do you think we were too reliant on our defending? You let me know what you think. And I am very, very happy today because it was a welcome win. After the setbacks from the Cups, this was a much needed win. And also, like I'm going to discuss tomorrow in my podcast, could our ousters from the Cups be like a blessing in disguise? Meaning the players are going to be fresher for their league games. They're going to have more rest from the league games and probably prepare them better for the league games. Let me know what you think, but I'm going to talk about that I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow, so please stay tuned and look forward to that. And before we round this up, I will still, ask people, the viewers, view my videos, like my videos, and please do subscribe if you like these videos. And for the and that will be all for now from the Arsenal Alchemy. It was a deserved win, and we are very happy to have taken all 3 points. And we're going to talk about the game further tomorrow. So until then, it's goodbye for now.